everybody. Welcome back to the Sonic Chronicle. My name is Owen, and today we're back with another Release Radar review. Now, today's Release Radar review is a little bit special, because today's Release Radar review is the first and only Release Radar that I've ever seen with Nolene Keane on it, as kind of like the logo for it. So it's lovely to kind of see that, because if you don't know, Nolene released her new song, Tainted. Well, it's a re-recording of an old song last Friday. So it was brand new, and if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check out the video that I made about the two versions of Tainted and comparing the two. Right, both of them are well worth your time. Now, before we kick into the details here, please do subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm doing here. Leave me some comments in the comment section over the course of this video as well. That would be much appreciated. And of course, if you like what I'm doing, hit the like button on this video as well. That would be very much appreciated, because the more engagement that you give this video, the more YouTube says other people will probably want to see this too. So that really, really helps. Without further ado though, we're going to jump into this Release Radar, because this one is interesting to me from the perspective of it being mostly known acts and stuff that, you know, I've kind of been covering over the past couple of weeks on the channel as well. So I don't mean to say that I'm you know, ahead of the game in terms of Spotify's algorithm, but I might be ahead of the game in terms of Spotify's algorithm. Like, looking at the top couple of tracks here, we've got Tainted by Nolene, which, as I mentioned, is wonderful. We've got Invincible Shield by Judas Priest, and I talked about the Serpent Crown. I think that's what it was called, or Invincible Shield is the name of the new album. But before that, if we look at the discography, they had released the EP, The Serpent and the King. Before that had a number of different tracks on it. Before that we had listened to. So, you know, we've listened to most of this album already, funnily enough. So they released so many singles from it. So we're going to skip over that. Circles by Incubus. Thank you so much to the person, I can't remember your name, I apologize, who let me know that Echoes was a re-release of an older Incubus song. And I imagine that's what Circles is going to be as well. In fact, if we click on this, scroll down here a little bit, we can see we've got Circles and Echo here on this Morning View re-release by the looks of things. So thank you so much to that person for letting me know that was a re-release. We've got the Pixies, we've got Tenacious D, Hit Me Baby One More Time from Kung Fu Panda 4, which I've actually already heard on, like, I think it was like Twitter or something like that. I saw it on there. Yes, occasionally you can find the good stuff on Twitter. We've got Bryan Adams here, we've got the Black Keys. And this is where we kind of start to get into some of the more interesting stuff, because we've got some unknowns down here. But that took nearly 10 songs for me to get to something that I would consider to be interesting. Anyway, I digress. What I'm going to do is we're going to have a listen to Locked Down by XLG and see what the crack is with this. Do you know what this reminds me of something? Well, what was it? I'm just trying to think of what it really what that opening riff really reminded me of. Was it like The Jam or something? That riff there. But anyway, XLG are a band that originated from School Life, started in 2019 as a two-man band. Let's see here. The group became an actual band, including a 6-man cover band that had lots of success. Okay, I guess this is a song about COVID. It's not bad. I think that guitar tone is a bit weak. But overall, sounds alright. I'm not sure about the guitars here. I think that guitar is off the click. Yeah, I don't like that guitar tone doing the lead part there. It kind of comes across as like a little bit unrefined, a little bit clumsy. The vocals are pretty good though. I can't think of what it reminds me of. I'm sure that I'll think of it afterwards, but for now I'm drawing a little bit of a blank. he's better than the song as a vocalist. I think that he's got a better vocal styling. He's more refined in terms of his ability than that guitar part seems to be. And sadly, that guitar part seems to be really front and center here. So it's a pity because it kind of lets the song down overall. I feel like it could be a bigger, better song if the guitars were a bit better, a bit bigger, a bit more confident, perhaps. Anyway, we're going to jump forward to 21 Pilots, another group of young lads, from what I remember. Grammy award-winning band, 21 Pilots. They're from Columbus, Ohio. The only songs that I really remember from them were Stressed Out. That was their one, wasn't it? Stressed Out. That was the big one. I quite like this build, though. That's cool. It's a little bit like Spitfire by Prodigy, vibe-wise, because clearly it's a very different song. Like Spitfire is super aggressive, but this is obviously quite eerie, and there's a lot of space in here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's very cool. I like that. That's really neat. This feels really nice in terms of how it's mixed, in terms of how it's produced. It's very clean. The vocal suits. And dropping everything out in the vocal or the verses is ideal. This song's a bit all over the place. And that's okay, because I think it kind of hangs together. Strangely, I think it hangs together quite well. Yeah, it really doesn't feel like a musical whiplash in any capacity. Which is not an easy thing to do if you're going to have these big shifts. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. It's not going to get the Sonic Chronicles seal of approval, but yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's an interesting one. I think I'll listen to it a few more times, to be honest with you. I'm going to come back to it. All right, we're going to jump on to The Cost. Well, not for me, by The Cost. Let's see what their deal is. Oh, is this the guy from YouTube, the drummer? Yeah, is this like the drummer who does like all the insane covers and stuff? I'm gonna have to look that up. It is. It is that guy from YouTube. Yeah, this singer is well able to sing. Good control. Oh, that's cool. I like that this guy who is known for doing like extreme drum stuff is playing for the song. This is so well produced. These guitars are really like building like a real wall. It's a great sound. It's kind of it kind of reminds me of like a 2000s metal production. Yeah, nice. That's the good stuff. Gonna go for the bend, the slow bend? Yeah. Oh, I like that. Doing the same vocal line across a slightly different riff. Oh, and this is the regular chorus riff. I like some of the layers to this guitar as well. Some of them very subtle. Like under that wall, there's like a nice kind of melody happening there. I wonder how far detuned those guitars were. Times they kind of felt a little bit Mick Gordon-esque in terms of the heaviness of them. Good song. I like that. Not going to give it the Sonic Chronicle seal of approval, but it's good. And again, having seen some of Siberiano's videos, I apologize if I have butchered the pronunciation of that, but it is what it is. Having seen some of his videos, it's nice to see him play quite restrained and to be playing for the song itself as opposed to just like, doing really impressive stuff. Not that this isn't impressive. Playing and serving the song is impressive. It is vital for a song's success. But like doing all the fill stuff, the kind of flashy stuff, is also quite impressive. Did I make my point there? I don't know if I did. Anyway, it's good to see him playing for the song. We're going to jump forward. We're going to listen to Deeper Well by Kacey Musgraves. I may have made a mistake. Tell me a bit about Kacey Musgraves, a 7-time Grammy Award winner. Never heard of her. But then this happened to be with Noah Kahan the other week, and then he's never off the feckin' radio. I don't have anything to say about this, really. It is perfectly fine. I don't know why I'm listening to this either, to be honest with you. Still, it's if you were to look up bland in the dictionary, you'd see this. You'd see an artist's interpretation of this song, to be honest. It just doesn't seem to go anywhere or do much. But 7-time Grammy Award winner. Wait, they've put more than one picture of her on here, and one of them is this one. What the heck? What is it, an Estonian or Croatian expression? I've never heard of geese with you before. I'm not sure why they have so many pictures of her up there. That's the most interesting about her song here, that I get to see that stuff. It took 3 people to compose this? And produce it? Oh my goodness. Alright, sound, that's done. Moving on. Alright, we're jumping ahead. I've listened to some Alan Raymond recently. I listened to Alien Ant Farm recently. If you haven't watched that video, do go watch that video. Waiting on Twist of Fate. I've already made a video about that. So let's move forward a little bit here. Does Holding On To Your Love sound okay? Sound interesting? Yeah, let's give it a go. Okay. I like the guitar riff. I'd kind of like a little bit of harmonica in here, to be honest with you. This kind of reminds me of Kasabian, to be honest with you. That feels like a very Kasabian transition there. Let's find out a little bit about the High Nines. 6,000 monthly listeners. Tell me about them. North of England, yeah. Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, yeah. Joy Division. Okay, where's this solo going? Is it going anywhere? I'm hearing an awful lot of over-reliance on the wah pedal these days. It's wild. Now, that's not to say that back in my day that the wah pedal was a massively underused tool in people's kit, but I'm just hearing it on basically everything these days. Yeah, interesting. I've liked some elements of that, or some parts of that. The guitars, the production on the guitars. I do have a little bit of a bias towards that kind of production on those guitars. It feels very comforting that it's of, I suppose, an ilk or an era where, again, Kasabian and British noughties bands were kind of all the rage. Those kinds of sounds have definitely imprinted on me somewhat. So when I do hear it, it does seem like it's something that's quite comforting to me. And I think that those guys kind of nailed that kind of sound there. Maybe it just needs its own identity a little bit. Maybe it needs to go a bit bigger, a bit more brash, something like that. Anyway, we're going to listen to the Sleeping Giants' Middle Finger. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say, I imagine. 22,000 monthly listeners. No, it's a party. Okay, cool. 101,000 streams? Is it just the two of the boys? I quite like this, to be honest with you. Oh, now I really like it. This is kicking off. Yeah, his vocal is a bit strained, but yeah, it's alright. Sometimes the best singers strain a little bit. I like that it's got that little silliness to it. It's great. It's a little bit reggae. It's a little bit reggae. It's a little bit acoustic pop. It's a little bit punk. And your man seems quite... Your man seems pretty genuine in his vocal delivery. I'm buying it that this is something that he's singing because this is something that he's felt and experienced, It's great. Yeah, I like it. Another chorus. Oh, quiet middle. To my middle finger. Oh yeah, this is good. Like, it's quite a simple song, but there's something about it that I vibe with, Really enjoy that. Great job, Sleeping Giants. Great job. I really enjoyed that. That's a fun song. Say hello, to my middle finger. I'm gonna be singing that. That's gonna be an earworm for like the rest of the week at the very least. All right, we're actually at the bottom of this release radar here, so we're gonna listen to Jeff Hartman. This too. Ooh, that is a jagged guitar tone. In the verses, like the vocals, like are following the guitar riff. I don't really like that, to be honest with you. This part's a little bit more interesting, though. Tell me about Jeff Hartman. 100,000 listeners. Monthly, yeah. New Jersey-based. Guitar-driven soulful ballads. Internationally recognized songwriter. Voting member of the Recording Academy. Music that compares the vocal styles of Brian... I don't know who this Brian Adams is. I know Brian Adams. With a Y. Don McLean and Richard Marx. I can hear a bit of Richard Marx, but I can't hear the other boys. I mean, it's grand. But, like... I wouldn't be talking about, like... all that other stuff. Is this from a... Oh, this is a single. Okay. Show me the art. It's weird. The art's weird. The solo's pretty good, though. You see, you don't need, like, loads of effects. You don't need heavy distortion to have a good solo. It just needs to complement the other guitars. Like, because that's a particularly jagged guitar rhythm part, the cleaner sounding lead guitar, it stands out. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty it's a pretty middle of the road soft rock song, but the guitar solo was pretty good, and it's quite well produced. Um, Jeff Hartman knows what he's doing in terms of production. Just doesn't do a lot for me. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, brilliant, let's go see Jeff Hartman. We're gonna have a great time. You know, it's a little bit too middle of the road for me. It doesn't move the needle. Overall, though, I would say that this release radar review has been relatively successful. XLG Lockdown had some production woes. That guitar tone isn't particularly great. Overcompensate by 21 Pilots was pretty good. It went places, and it held together, which is not something that a lot of people can do. So hats off and kudos to that. Not For Me by The Cost was a surprisingly good metal song. A Deeper Well by Kacey Musgraves was bland and bland again. Not for me. Listen to Holding On To Your Love by the High Nines, and very reminiscent of Kasabian. I enjoyed that. Listen to Middle Finger by the Sleeping Giants, and that was, yeah, as I say, that's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the week. That's a great song. And this too by Jeff Hartman, yeah, it's fine. It's middle of the road. It doesn't make any statements or anything. You know, it just is what it is. It exists, and that's okay. All right, we're going to leave it there for this week's Release Radar review. Thank you so much for journeying through this week's Release Radar. Pretty good one overall. Not the best one in the world. Certainly not the worst one that I've experienced since I started doing this. A little bit of a mixed bag, but you know, I would call this one generally a success. If you like this video, please do go ahead and hit the like button. It helps out massively. If you like what I'm doing in general, please subscribe to the channel so you will see more of it, and these videos will be dropped into your subscriber feed as they come out, plus my other stuff. There's plenty of stuff on the channel now, to be honest with you. If you want to go and check out the backlog, it's all there for you. And finally, if you have any comments on anything that I reviewed over the course of this video, go ahead and leave a comment in the comments section underneath this video, because that also helps me out greatly. For now, though, we're going to leave it there. Thank you all so much for stopping by and for watching. Much appreciated. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.